Hey friends, Adam here. How's it going? Hope everyone's doing well. Before I get started here, I want to talk about something a little bit new. I have picked up the Feder Ghost Chalk, and as I bump the microphone here, it is this cool, put it in front of my face so my camera focuses in on it. It is this cool butterfly pattern, and the reason I'm talking about this, it is its own form, by the way. It's not a rebranded Teom or Pagaline or anything like that. Feder actually has his own team and they worked on their own form. I have been working with this chalk for about a week and a half, 2 weeks now. I like it. It may put more marks on the cue ball. That also may be just in my head. But the main reason I want to talk about this is because my good friends Dave and Brad over at Brave Billiards. Hey, I just figured something out. Dave, Brad, Brave. That's why they called it Brave. That's pretty cool. Anyway, they make the V3 magnetic chalk system that I've talked about before, and you can get it with custom graphics on. In fact, if you look at this background, it's the same as the background on this bass guitar back here. They are one of the first. Now, they were the first, actually, that came out with this, but they were one of the first that now have a holder for the Ghost Chalk. And the cool thing is, it is modular. So, and I took the magnet out of this one. This is my Pagaline chalk with the little holder in it. You can just take the magnet out of the bottom of this, put it into any one of these. They have one for Teom. They have one for like the Predator Pure, Masters, Square, everything like that. And you can use it on your chalk. And these are custom graphics. They got the purple oranges in there. I got the Don't Suck. If you know, you know. If you don't, maybe at some point I'll talk about it. That won't be today. I did want to bring that up though, because they have, I'm kind of partnered with them. They're not sponsoring me. I'm not getting anything out of this other than maybe a handshake and maybe a burger or something, Dave. We'll talk about that later. But, for a while, I don't know how long this will be good for, use the code AGPOOL, and I'll put something on the screen and something's in the description on their website, and maybe I'll scroll through some things as I'm talking about this. You get 10% off your first order on anything. The V3 magnetic chalk holder system is the biggest product they have. They also have other chalk holders. They have the what is the name of that thing? The cue holder thing. That I'll put all pictures and stuff on this. But anyway, check out their site. Get something from them. Again, it doesn't. I mean, it helps me in that we're all a big pool family here, but I'm not getting anything out of it. So I'm not trying to sell for me. I'm trying to sell for them because they're friends of mine. So anyway, let's get on to this video. I was actually narrated this video the other day. I was going to talk about the BS League 2 Electric Boogaloo. Unfortunately, we were supposed to play it this past weekend. We had some family emergency things come up. We have to reschedule that. It's probably not going to happen until August now, but we will figure that out, and I'll talk about that in future videos. I recently joined Demetrius Gelatis' Patreon through Slate Billiards, and if I have a link, I'll put that somewhere on screen description or both. It's $20 a month for a lot of exclusive content. One of the first things he was looking for from people was ghost matches. Now, I could take an old one that I've done. I have some old ones that I haven't narrated yet, but I decided to practice and work on some more ghost stuff, as I talked about recently, and decided to just do some 10-ball to see, because 10-ball is the hardest, so why wouldn't I just jump back into ghost matches doing 10-ball? I did 2 nights in a row. The second night did not go as well as the first night, so the second night is what I sent over to him. This is the one that I sent over, or that I'm going to keep for myself on my channel here. So why don't we just head over to the table? I'll quit babbling, and we'll just get into the video, and I'll kind of talk as we go. All right, rules for the Ghost. First of all, it's a race to 5. I decide. Second of all, it's a scratch right on the break as I make half the balls on the table. I've been working on a new break. It's not been going all that exceptionally well, but it's a work in progress. Whenever you change something big in pool like the break, it's going to take a while to get used to. Anyway, race to 5. I get all the breaks because the Ghost cannot break. His arms are too ghostly or something. If I run out and make the 10 has to be the last ball pocketed to win. I win and I get a point. If I miss or foul or scratch or any of those things, the Ghost gets a point. Race to 5. I normally do 7, but I wanted to do a shorter race because this was intended to be uploaded and for someone to review. But so I decided to do 5. And we're just kicking things off. This looks nice and open. If I can get from the 5 to the 6 is really the only shot I need to worry about. The 2 to the 3 is natural, 3 to the 5 is natural. I played a little bit of outside, which would on left, and just top and just spun it right off the rail. Going to do almost the same shot here. I want to see what kind of line I want on the 5. Like, let's see if I can do a DVP style line. Anything like probably that window is probably good, because I want a natural angle on the 5 to just come up here for the 6. So I think I'm right in that line, maybe a little bit to the left of the line I drew, but this is still fine. I want to use natural angles and just kind of float up here. If I get straight on the 6, that's fine, but I don't want to be too close to being bridge over the 10. So really anywhere to this side of this line. And that's probably a little short. It could have been, I could have gone here. But now I can just go back and forth. In line with the 8 is fine. Straight on with the 8 is fine. Okay, I didn't have that much angle, so I didn't have to go back and forth. This one, depending on how I'm feeling, I could come around this way, which it looks like I'm doing, or you can come up this way. Just, it's a feel shot, and it's how you're feeling in the time. I actually went too far. I don't know if I was trying that or not. Usually I try to come up here and just leave it there. But if you've watched any of my videos, when I do games like rotation games, if you want to get better at these shots, put the money ball where it's racked in the rack or thereabouts and practice this shot from all over the table. And I'm up 1-0. So let's see, what else do we have? We have a cool new colors on the scoreboard down below. I don't know why the AG logo looks like it does, but whatever. Making a ball on the break. Much better cue ball, but look how much spin is on the cue ball. That's probably not a good sign. It means I hit it off center, but use spin to compensate, which means my hit was straight, but not because it was spinning that much or something. I don't know. This video brought to you by the Gatorade Zero flavor that I always like. Glacier, what is this? Glacier Cherry? I don't know why Glacier Cherry is white. Because it's in a glacier? Wouldn't cherries die? Here I need to get on the 3, and I need to be on the other side of this line to be able to get to it. So I'm lining up the 2 so I can get there the most natural way possible, which is really just one rail and down. I don't want to avoid this. I don't want to have to mess with the 6 or 5 or 6 or 7, or maybe I do. I thought I would go straight up and down there, but obviously I went between this on purpose, and I got a really good line. Now the question is, does the 4 go here? Or do I have to come out? If the 4 goes here, I just come like this, play the 4 on the side and get up for the 5. It doesn't look like it does, so it looks like I have to do something here. Probably not that angle. So this is going here, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to try to hit the 10 full, bump the 10 out here somewhere, and leave the cue ball here for the 4. This is really risky because if I don't hit the 10 full, I could be completely hooked behind the 9, or I could miss the 10 altogether, or I could be completely hooked behind the 9. Now, I may have an edge of this 4 ball, but that doesn't do me any good because I'm never going to be able to cut it. I'm never going to be able to hit it hard enough to cut it there. And it's because it's a ghost, I can't play safe. So I'm kicking this 1 rail and hoping. Fingers crossed. And just like that, boys and girls, that is how you do it. Knock the 9 out of there for a perfect leave on the 5. I mean, this is one of those videos that people post on the internet going, was this luck or skill? Yes. Yes, it was. It was skill that I was able to kick at it at an angle where it went close to the pocket. It was luck that it went in the pocket. That's all there is to it on those shots. You aim as good as you can, and you hope for the best. And I also hit it at a pace that when it came off the 4, didn't leave me locked behind the 10 or 9. This one I'm just drawing a little bit back past the 8 there. I could have done just a stop shot and left it here, but then I would have had to navigate kind of this angle to get back on the 7, which is pretty natural, but I think after the 4, I wanted to be extra careful on this. I think I'm just going to play a stop shot and leave the cue ball here for the 7 all the way down in the lower left. Yep. Now, I've gotten in trouble trying to draw it out for the side and then just getting too short. Like if I'm here, this shot is weird. If I'm out here, the shot is weird. So now I'm just kind of floating this way. I may stun just directly over. It depends on how I'm feeling at the time. Looks like I'm doing more a stun with a little bit of left spin. Slow stun, soft stun, whatever you want to call it. Stunity stun, stun, stun. That's hard to say, by the way. Probably get my de-esser all freaked out. If you don't know what de-esser is, it doesn't matter because it has nothing to do with pool. So now I just need to not be here because the 9 doesn't go past here. I do not want to shoot the 9-10 combo because even though it looks easy, I don't know where the 9's going to go. It looks like the 9, oh, I'm in the way, but it looks like if I get that combo, the 9 might float down here. So what am I doing? Am I drawing this? I think, yeah, I shook my hand. I think I was drawing for this line and I hit it so good that I'm on this line over here. I don't know why my camera is looking like this, but who knows? Technology. I have one of these weird Insta 360 Pro Link 2 Max Pro Plus cameras, and it has this AI thing where it follows your head, and I have it turned off, but sometimes it resets when I do a firmware update. So I don't know if the position is good on this or not, but you should be watching the table, not watching me. But anyway, with that great kick on the 4 and a lucky great kick on the 4 and the out, I am now up to nothing. Better contact on the break, but I still flew way over to my right, our left. Didn't make anything. And from this angle, I don't think the 1 has any pocket. The 1 could go here. I don't mind that. The 1 could go on the side, but that's a much more touchy angle. I don't have a 1-3 or 1-4. These two are kind of blocking each other. Almost have the 1-4, but the 3 is kind of big in the way. And then not only do I have to watch out for that 1 ball going past the 3, I have to watch out for the cue ball getting stuck behind the 3. So I'm actually I think I'm going to take the 1-8 here. Make sure I get a leave on the 1 to come back for the 2, because the 2 to the 3 is like the key shot in this rack. And almost didn't do it. If this would have stuck up on this rail here, I would have been in a lot of trouble. But as it is, I think I can come 1, 2, and just out. I have to miss the 9, either on the short side or on the long side of it. I did on the short side. Oh, well, look like I went 3 rails and out. And good thing the table was extra bouncy that night, because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten there. Now, how do I get back on the 3? Do I go 1 rail just directly at the 9 ball, figuring it's really hard to get locked behind the 9? I think I looked at going like here, and over, but that angle is really tough with the 10 ball sitting there. So I think I'm going 1 rail at the 9. This is probably a straight top ball, maybe a hint of inside. And I missed the 9, and that was the problem with this shot. And I'm gonna get a little lucky there. By the way, if you want to learn how to use inside and outside and upside down and all that kind of fun stuff, take a look at the link above to my Cue Ball Control Series course. I don't know how many videos will be out at the time that this video posts, but there are, as of today when I'm recording this on whatever date it is, June 8th, there are 4 videos posted. I have another 2 recorded, and I'm going to be posting those soon. I don't know why I'm telling you this, because you could be watching this 2 years from now and they're all posted. That was kind of a natural 4 rail leave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 or 5 rail leave. I got good. I got enough angle on the 4 to be able to get the 5 on the side. And then really now I need to get good on the 7 to be able to get almost straight on the 9. I know I'm talking about 5 shots ahead of us, but the leave from the 4 to the 5 should be fairly easy. I can get on either side or almost straight of this and still get a good leave on the 6. I'm kind of looking it over. I'm taking my time on this more than I thought I would. I don't know how I'm playing. I think I'm just popping this out with low and just coming like this. Oh, just straight draw. Okay, I didn't have any angle at all on that. That's why it took so much time on that. Otherwise, I would have just popped it off the rail and out, or 2 rails forward and out with inside. Maybe even 2 rails out to like here to play the 5 up here. So now I'm looking at my angles. I'm going to play the 5 into this side and I'm going to come up and down. And I want to just get a good angle on the 6, so hopefully I can stay on the other side of this pocket line on the 7. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but we'll see where I get here. Okay, I thought I would have forced that a little bit, not forced, but just kind of played a natural rolling ball and come up and down. Because I didn't, I still got there. But these are where these angles can get weird. Like the pocket line on the 7 is here. I'd like to be almost right where the 6 ball is right now, because then I could just come naturally 1 rail and back with a little inside to the 9 ball. Also in my head right now is the fact that I'm up 2-0. It's a shorter race. It's only to 5. I have this out. There's no reason why I should miss this out, but if I miss an angle here, it's very easy to miss this out. So I tried to hold that with inside, and I think I got a really goofy angle on this. I'm almost straight in. I'm going to have to just draw this and hopefully cut it off. But like I said, I want to get pretty straight on the 9, but I can realistically get out to about there and still be okay. I could be in a lot of angles and still be okay. But this I drew all the way back, and as long as I get past the 10, I got past the 10. This is really good. You would be tempted on this shot to try to get closer to the 10. Don't do it, just cinch this ball. The difference in difficulty between being here and being here doesn't make up for the bobble effect or the bobble chances. The chance of missing the 9 ball bobbling it in this pocket, which everyone's done a million times by trying to force that back. Now granted, you can soft draw and bring it back a little, but how much better are you making the shot for yourself? 5%? 3%? Take the shot, take the straight in, stop shot, and the 10, and we're out. It's 3-0. I really move fast when I want to, don't I? Much better control of the cue ball on the break. What I've noticed, I made a ball. What I've noticed on my table specifically, so this is a Brunswick 8-foot. I'm using the template rack. Am I using the template rack? No, I'm not. I'm actually using the triangle rack because I was practicing for the BS League 2, which didn't happen, as I said before, and we're going to be using the triangle rack for that. It's going to be ultimate pool style 10 ball, but we're going to do the 10 ball on the spot, or 1 ball on the spot, not the 10 ball on the spot, just because that break is so goofy and people aren't going to have a chance to practice it on my table, so we're going to keep it normal. But I noticed on my table specifically, the 2 balls you want to make on the break are the ones behind the 1 ball. These 2 in these sides. I'll try to shut up here quick. I'm just playing the 1 of the 2. Just pop it out a little bit so I can go off the rail. I noticed I either have to hit it really soft or really hard in order for those balls to go anywhere in between, and they seem to not go. So I'm trying to dial in that precise speed, which is harder to get more precise as you hit it harder. So I got a little bit weird on this 2 ball, and I got to figure out what to do. I think the natural thought of many people is to go with inside, well, probably not there, but straight up and down and try to get the 4 on the side. I don't really like that, depending on how polished and how slippery the cloth is and everything. So I'm going to do the more natural. I'm going to come out this way with some outside, and this is just right spin. And just look at that line. And I played this on, I don't know, May something, 27th. So it's at least a week later, almost 2 weeks later since I played this. Now I need an angle to get from the 4 or from the 5 to the 6. And the 9 ball and the 8 ball are kind of big, and the 10 ball is kind of big. So I want to see how I want to do this. I don't remember all of this. Am I coming down this way? Yes, I am. This is much better than leaving it up here and trying to go around the 10. Whoops, around the 10 like that. This way I can just... I would have liked to be more straight on so I could just play the natural angle and come like here. But I think I can shoot this... If I can get enough draw on this, basically play low left, up to this, and the spin takes and it just kind of floats up table. You may be wondering, why don't I put one of those cue balls with the little dots on it showing where I'm hitting it? I'm going to do a video on that eventually. I will, I promise. But that doesn't help as much as you think it does, because you don't know how I'm hitting it. You don't know if I'm digging into the ball, hitting it straight through. What does medium speed mean? What does 3 o'clock on the cue ball mean? How many tips of whatever am I doing, wherever, whatever? And I'm doing this in post. I'm not doing it in real time. So I couldn't tell you a lot of the time is exactly where I'm hitting the ball. At least enough to help. And the number one thing I hear is, put a red dot on the cue ball and show me on a graphic what spin you put to make the ball. As you would see in my cue ball control series, you do not use spin to make balls. Let that sink in. You do not use side spin to make balls. You use side spin to control the cue ball. Anyway, rant over. Working my way out of this rack. This is a perfect angle, I think. I could have used a little bit more, but I'm still fine. Ideally, I would like to be here so I can just naturally naturally play this ball and roll it out here. I'm doing the same thing, I just have to force it a little bit. I think I'm playing more top instead of going to that side rail, yeah. The 10 ball is so accessible, I just wanted to get closer. And that was a case, unlike last track, where it's a lot easier to get closer to this ball because I'm not drawing it, I'm playing it into the pocket. I'm not going to bobble it. And if I make this, I'm on the hill at 4-0. I'm on the hill at 4-0. All right, let's see if I can screw up the on the hill break. You're always tempted to go, harder and more power on the last break of the rack or the match. And I think I took something off that break, a little bit too much top on it. Is the 4 going to help me? The 4 is going to help me. Whew. This is goofy already. 1 to the 2 to the 3. If the 3 goes here and it kind of looks like it does, I think I'm okay. If I can get straight in line, yeah. Straight in, oh, that's not straight in line. If I can get straight in line with this 2 ball, I'm going to say something that doesn't make any sense when I say it, but it makes sense. I need to be straight in line with the 2 ball, but I need an angle. I cannot be straight in, but I want to be straight in. What I mean by that is I need to have an angle that I can come out this way for the 3. So I don't want to be straight in, but I need to be straight enough on the 2 that this side pocket doesn't come into play. So if I can go all the way to the rail, that would be perfect. And I did. Then it bounced out a little bit. I think I'm still... I don't know what this line is supposed to show. I think I'm still on the other side, on the inside angle, even though the 2 is so close to the... I think I'm on the inside angle where I can just pop out even a little bit. Yeah, I'm looking at even popping out a little bit will be good because I need an angle to get from the 3 to the 5 back and forth. So how much can I push this, pop this out without compromising the shot? And it wasn't much at all. I needed to be off the rail and I just needed to take my medicine on that one. So I realized that popping it out or trying to force it to pop out is a dangerous play. I know everyone's done it. It's okay. Don't be shy. It's okay. But we'll see. Natural, this is going to be a top left ball. I want to hit the rail somewhere in this area. Hey, I drew an A for Adam. Or angle. And this is good. I want an angle to get back on the 6. Now, I can be straight on the 6. Actually, if I was straight on the 6, that'd be almost perfect. Although, what I'd really like is to be straight on the 7. So I want an angle on the 6 where I can get this on the 7. I'm just going to leave this line here. We'll see what happens here. Now, this wasn't the line I was trying to get on the 6, but this is the line I want to get on the 7. So I think I needed to be, so if this is the line on the 6, yeah, I needed to be a little bit, I'm going to just leave a little dot there and see where I can get on the 7. I don't think I can get where I wanted to. Yeah, I'm on the other side of it now. So this is goofy here because the pocket line on the 7, I wish I could have left there, is there. And now going into this ball, following it, the cue ball is kind of headed right towards this 8 or this 10 ball. Natural tangent line, which is in the cue ball control series that I linked. So what I need to do is I'm playing this a little bit inside to hopefully miss the 10 and then have it spin this way. As I talked about in my tangent line videos, the sides, I just barely did it. Side spin does not affect your tangent line angle, top and bottom does, but side spin will take it off the rail and then move it one way or another. So here I need to do kind of the same thing. I need to miss the 10, come around this way for the 9 on the side. I can get almost any angle on the 9 on the side, famous last words. This is probably the worst angle that I could have gotten because that's what I need to cut in. So these cue balls flying around 3 rails. It's gonna do something like this, and hopefully not that. Hopefully we'll get here or here. I don't think I control the angle much because I have to cut it pretty thin. Could have put a little bit more top on that, but I'm following this angle right around, and oh boy. Whew. That was too close. Because I auto scratch there, that I lose that game and the ghost wins and it's 4-1. And I don't get to put this cool little... Well, I don't get to put... Well, let me start here. I don't get to put this cool little graphic up on the screen that's coming in 3, 2, 1... Whitewash the ghost. And there we go. I don't know how I did it, but I did beat the ghost. So there it is, a whitewashing of the ghost in 10 ball, which is the first time I've ever done that. Now granted, it was a set, it was a race to 5, it was a shorter set. It wasn't a race to 7 like I typically do. The one that I actually did and posted to the Demetrius Patreon was a 5-4 win on, I think I won it. But it was a rough session after that. I felt so confident after beating Ghost 5-0. I went into that and just dogged it for the first hour and a half and barely made it past the 3 ball. But there it is. There is the whitewashing of the ghost. Leave me a comment. Let me know your best ghost match against the 10 ball ghost. What's your best score? Or if you do any ghost, let me know what your best ghost match is. I'll put a link up here to my 6 ball ghost, which is the first one I ever did, and I did it without warm-up, which was probably maybe a pretty big mistake. But I want to know what you guys think. Do the YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe. Look forward to new stuff coming out soon. I have a bunch of stuff recorded. I have a ghost match mic'd up. I have some stuff that Matt R and I did. Matt R the Intruder. I have more of the cue ball control series and some other stuff coming soon. In the meantime, leave me a comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. We'll see you soon. Have a great day.